Right now, diversification is your friend. You need to make best friends. Good morning, everybody. Today, Ruby and myself are discussing the implications of too much risk, too many eggs in too many single baskets. It is the talk of the town. Whether you are looking at trade markets or if you're looking at customers, if you have too many of a single market or a single customer, that is risk. You don't want to be there. So, conversations I'm having right now, obviously, relating to a little cross-border problem here in North America. That's not helpful for anybody, but we are where we are. It is what it is, and we're trying to work our way through it as a collective economy. Individual companies need to understand the implications if they are doing business in another market. How much business are we doing in that market? And if we are doing a lot of business in that market, is that a good idea or a bad idea? Likely, if you're doing too much business in a single market, it's a bad idea. Now, some companies don't have a choice. It's got to be all in on a single market. And in that case, you have to understand the operational and financial implications of that for your business should situations like tariffs, let's use that term, come into play. Unfriendly governments, anti-your economy governments. These are the things that companies have to decide and define as to how do they make this part of their strategy. So, firstly, can we get more diversification into our business lines? So, are there other markets that we should be spending time with? Are there other things that we should be looking at relative to our market space? That's an important question to be answering right now, and a lot of companies in Canada are doing that right now, and so that's great. It will lead to new channels, new areas of market, new understandings, new pieces of business, less risk. Hopefully, in the next few years, a normalization of where things should be. Anyway, it's a different conversation. The other piece of that puzzle, however, is it's not just about markets, it's about customers as well. If you have too many eggs in the customer basket, meaning one customer owns 60%, 80%, 90%, 95% of our business, that's a bad place to be. And so lots of really smart, really big companies have grown up with that model, and some of them have done amazing, and some of them have burned to the ground. So we do not want that to happen to companies. So if we can understand diversification within our customer base, same rules apply. We just want to make sure that we understand where risk fits into all of that. So if we have 80% of our business coming from one customer or two customers or three customers, how can we diversify that customer group? And so it's not just about how do we make sure that we're de-risking the business. It's how do we sell more to different people that we don't know yet. And that's really hard these days. And so again, I continue to say pipeline generation for new business is the hardest thing to do right now because companies don't know how to do it well. And there's a lot of things that people can be doing differently that they just don't do, they won't do. And so it's understanding the implications of that. So for you as a business owner, understanding how diversification works in your business is really important, whether it's a market or a customer group or whatever. How do you make sure that that is an easy discussion for you as a team to understand where do we de-risk the business? And then on top of that, what do we need to do to get new customers? Is it going to a new market and all the implications of that, working with trade commissioners and other governmental agencies to help that process go smoothly or de-risk that process unto itself? If I'm going from America to the EU, what does that mean? And then on the flip side of the coin, if we've got all of our eggs in a couple of customer baskets here, how do we diversify that? What does it take for us to get more new customers that can make it easier for us to do business and be safer in doing business? All right, Ruby says, diversification, it's a pretty important word these days. Not a dirty word, it's an important word. How can you make sure that you're saving your business the strife of having to scramble when stuff goes sideways? All right, enough for today. Walking and talking with Ruby.